What's up, guys? Jake from One Hive bringing you another attack strategy video. This one's going to be on the hogs. Hogs are not dead post update. In essence, it's a misnomer to say that hogs got nerfed. They didn't. Some defenses got boosted that made hogs a little harder. But if you pick your bases right, hogs are still a very viable option. I'm going to show you some tips in this video of how to use them, how to counteract some of those things that the update made the hogs a little harder to use, but definitely did not kill them. The two things that obviously hurt the hogs were, one, the giant bombs. If you run into double giant bombs, your hog rate's over, so you've got to either remove the defenses so the hogs don't go to those areas where the double giant bombs could be, or you've got to pre-trigger them. The other thing is the queen. The new AI for the queen defense. A centralized queen can end your hog raid. You've got to be able to take her out, and we're going to show you some tips in this video of how exactly to do that, so that you can still target these hog bases. You can take them out and get those 3 stars for your clan. The first one we're going to look at is a raid by Rex on his second account, Zerg Rush account. This was a cleanup attack, so he had the advantage of knowing where some double giant bombs or where some giant bombs were. That's one thing that you need to remember, is that you're gonna use that a lot as a cleanup, because you're gonna know where things are. When we originally scouted this base, I thought there would be double giant bombs in the core in these 2 places, and I thought there would be Teslas in those places there around the town hall. After doing the raid, saw that there was no double giant bombs. He actually had a giant bomb here, he had one here, and then he had one beside each expo. So there was no giant bombs, which means automatically this base can be hogged if you don't do it properly. The one thing that you've got to worry about here is the queen is pretty central. She's not going to come outside the walls to let you take her out easily. So she's got a radius of roughly, let's say this. She's not stepping outside that wall, but that doesn't mean we can't get to her, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to use a golem to get to her, okay? Golems are going to target the closest defensive building, which is going to be that cannon, okay? So we're going to drop our golem on this side. It's going to the cannon, and it's going to tank. The queen's obviously going to lock onto it, and it's going to tank the queen for us while we get our troops funneled in, our kill troops from the sides here. We're going to take out some buildings to make sure that they're going into the core there. They're going to get aggroed onto the queen, and they're going to take her out for us, okay? So that cannon's where we want things going to. She's going to jump over that first wall. If she doesn't, we've got wall breakers, so it's no big deal. It's another key that you need to remember. Bring some wall breakers to help you get through however many layers of walls you need to get through. Once she's gone, you can be able to drop. You're going to see Zerg drops his hogs down low and just works his way up to the base. We know where the giant bombs are. We're going to pre-heal those spots, so you're going to see heals on those giant bomb spots before the hogs get there. Okay, that's another big key. Don't retroactively heal. You know where the bombs are. Make sure they've got a heal on them when they get there. So let's watch it live. Watch how Zerg does it. He's going to, obviously, you're still going to have to do the basics. You're going to lure the clan castle, but I didn't see a need in covering that, but you can watch it live here. He drops some hogs. These guys actually had sort of old school clan castles. They had, 18, 19, 20 archers with 1 or 2 wizards in there. So it was very reminiscent when we was war in these Poland Springs of the way it used to be with hogs. But he finishes the lure, he brings them to the corner. That's another good point. When you're going to kill your clan castle troops, if at all possible, bring them to the corner that you're going to send your golem in front. You're going to have some leftover troops when you take out their clan castle. Use them to your advantage. Use them to help take out that side where the queen's at. Right here you see where it starts happening. Drops the golem. He drops 1 wall breaker. That was not to bust a wall. He knew that giant bomb was there. That was to trigger the giant bomb. Right there, the queen's already jumped over the wall. She's engaged the golem, so she's locked on it. You can see he's making a little funnel for his DPS. His queen's coming in behind. His wizards are coming in. The queen's dead. Already he's switching over to his hogs. He's dropping them, dropping heals, and they're working their way through the base. You can see the queen is out of the equation now. There's your pre-heal. He knows the giant bomb's coming. Here's the second one. Heal's already up by the time the giant bomb goes off, and you're not going to lose any hogs to that, okay? This is the way it goes. Once that queen's out of the way, it's an old school hog raid. You can see that barbarian king's chasing them, but if it's not a level 25, 30 barbarian king, he's not going to cause your hogs any problems. As soon as the defenses are gone, they turn around, take him out, and this should look familiar to you guys that used to hog pre-update. Hogs doing the cleanup, a few DPS troops left over helping clean up, and you can see he's got the 3-star locked up. So awesome raid by Zerg, showing us how to use that golem to tank for the queen, okay? Good job, Zerg. Want to pause for a drink? I can't do these videos for you guys without beer, so sorry for the delay there. The next one we're going to look at is our boy KP's Nuts, and he's got this the same strategy down. If the queen's exposed, if she's not behind, if she'll venture out past the walls, you might not have to have a golem. But the ones we're showing you today, you'll see here, she's a centralized queen. He's going to use the golem trick as well. You've just got to make sure your golem's going where you want it to. It's going to go to defensive buildings. This is not a real good base. This was not even a cleanup. He could have potential double giant bombs in any of those locations, but you'll see there's really nothing. The hogs might run through and trigger them, but because there's no defensive buildings right there, the hogs aren't going to stand in them and get it triggered. So KP knew he could hog this base. Obviously, you got your queen centralized. She's still a problem, and she's got an area of roughly this. She's not coming out for us. We're going to have to go get her. So that's no problem. We've seen it once. We're going to watch it again of how to do that. He's going to bring a golem. He's going to lure the clan castle. He's going to bring it up to about the 10 o'clock area, and that's where he's going to make his entry to get to the queen, okay? He's going to drag the clan castle troops over there, again, like we talked about, where whatever's left over from killing the clan castle troops are going to assist him in his entry over here to get to the queen. He's wanting to drop his golem to where the first target is this cannon. He didn't want to go to the more 9 o'clock area because it could stray on him. But here you have a predictable path where the golem's going to go. It's going to go from this cannon to either that archer tower or that X-bow, depending on which wall gets opened up first. If you drop him down here, he could veer off away from your queen. So this is the ideal place to enter with your golem. So think about when you're picking your path, where your golem's going to go, even after the first target that he goes to. Where's he going next? He's going to use his DPS to create a little funnel here to where it's going to force them into that little compartment. It's going to make them engage that queen because she's going to jump out and engage that golem, okay? So he's going to make his DPS, his killers in essence, go towards that queen. And once they're engaged, she's going to get taken care of, and he's going to drop his hogs and just like you saw Zerg do it, come in and clean up. So we'll watch it live here. Clan Castle pull, nothing special here. You guys, if you don't know how to do a clan castle lure at this point, maybe we'll have to do a video on that later, but that's pretty widely known. Another point to look at there, look what KP did. 1-for-1 trade with that cannon. I love it. I've told you guys, if you can trade 1-for-1, do it every time. He does it. It's always a good trade. All right, brings the clan castle troops down here. This is just an old school clan castle kill. He's just going to surround them, put some barbs down, some archers, wizards, and clean this up. It doesn't matter if that's a dragon or a witch, whatever's in the clan castle. You bring it over in the corner and you kill it. Also, he's on the correct side so that these troops are going to help him. Right here, golem's down, they're locked on, wall breakers come in, open up the compartment. Now, right here, queen gets alerted. She's going to come out. As soon as this cannon dies, she's going to jump the wall, and she's going to be engaged on that golem until he's dead. So anything else is going to be just a target on the queen and taking her out. That rage is perfect especially if she's farther back and you don't have a lot of kill troops. Rage is perfect to take her out. And as you see, she goes down. Here comes the hogs. He's going to drop his heals fine. Again, we know that there's probably giant bombs somewhere in the middle. We don't know exactly where. But when your hogs start getting to that location, get that heal down. Don't wait for them to get hit by it and then a mortar or something to hit them and wipe them out. Go ahead and get the heal down before they trigger it. Right there, you'll see it. Boom. They go in there. They're going to cut through this corner and trigger a bomb. Well, they're going to come back up and trigger the bomb. But anyways, the point is pre-heal. That was a bad base layout for the giant bombs. You had nothing to really hold the hogs on it, but you can see there he kept his heals up on his hogs, and he's got more than enough hogs left to do this cleanup. Plus his queen's still up. But that's the general idea, guys. This is the repeating thing. In most bases today, you're going to see a centralized king and queen because of the new AI. So get this attacking it with the golem down. If you can get to the queen and you can avoid double giant bomb locations, or there are no double giant bomb locations, hogs are just as powerful as they ever were. We're going to watch one more by our boy Hagerbomb. Again, this was not a cleanup, but you'll look at this base here before he attacks it. There's only a few spots for double giant bombs, and again, they're not right next to a defense. In essence, the hogs are not going to stop on the bombs. They're going to run through the bombs potentially, but they're heading on, so they might get a glancing blow, but you're not going to have just a double giant bomb just take out your hogs here. Okay. Again, the queen, she's centralized, but we're used to it by now. We know what to do to take her out. He's going to use his golem. Hager actually doesn't kill the clan castle troops first and then the queen. He sort of combines the two. That can work. It just depends on the base, depends on what's in the clan castle, and if you've got an open enough area to do that, it works out for Heg. The golems. This is a little tricky golem spot because it could go low, it could go right because there's two cannons that are open there. He threads the needle and it goes to the wall. If it was me, I'd take one balloon and take out that top cannon. Like we've talked about, a 1-for-1 trade. He can drop it basically right on top of it, and that would at least take away the possibility of the golem going high. But again, he does a good job. He drops it, and it does go to the wall. He brings his DPS, his clan castle, his queen, king. He brings everything in behind there because the defenses are locked onto the golem, and quickly the queen will lock onto the golem. He brings his wall breakers, bust a hole for it, and then after the queen is dead, he brings his hogs in from the side, starts pre-healing over these areas that we know are trouble. I don't think his heal placement was perfect. These are the spots that I would have sort of pre-healed that were circling here and had one left over for whenever he needed it, but he definitely got the job done. So let's watch it live. He brings the lure, just one giant, lures the clan castle out, so that's awesome. Sorry, I needed a drink. He drops the golem. He's immediately dropping his wall breakers, opening that up. Here comes the clan castle troops. Here comes his DPS. Again, he combines the two, okay? So you're going to see here the clan castle troops engage the golem, which could be risky, but it works out fine. The queen's already engaged on the golem, so he's already got a tank. He's clearing the little funnel here, drops his king and queen. It takes them a minute, a little longer than I would like actually, to lock on to the queen. But once his queen locks on right here, as soon as that builder hut goes down, he uses the queen's ability, she drops, and now it's just onto a straight up hog raid. He's going to bring him in from the side here. And again, I think he drops a heal right here a little quick for me, but that's okay. The hogs are standing in it. They're not. He's got no hogs dying here. That second heal was good, and you can see he's already got that giant bomb area healed. It's pre-healed. He didn't lose a single hog to that because the giant bomb goes off and the heal's already bringing them back up. That was a good heal there. I would have saved that top one, but that's okay. Excellent job. You can see here that he's got more than enough hogs left for the few defenses that are left. Triggers one more giant bomb, but like I was telling you, there's nothing holding those hogs on top of it. It was sort of a glancing blow. They were already moving off of it when it triggered. At this point, obviously, it's cleanup time. All he's got left is hogs for cleanup, but honestly, hogs are more than capable of cleaning up. They get on the king, take the town hall out, then they get on the king, take him out, and there's nothing left. All the bombs are triggered. He's got this base one, so awesome job, Heg. Great 3 stars. So guys, I hope this helps. Again, it's all about identifying what bases are hoggable, identifying possible or if known giant bomb locations, and lastly, being able to target and take out that queen. She's got to be handled. She can ruin your hog raid. So take these tips, use them, start scouting bases. Hogs aren't dead. They're as powerful as they ever were. So guys, I hope this video helps. As always, this is Jake from One Hive trying to help all of you guys suck less.